then you would be live, but your video will not be on there. Only I can see your video and the other people in the group, but we'll mostly have our eyes closed, so nobody will be seeing it. All right, welcome everybody. Live, but your video will not be on there. I always do this. There we go. Okay. Hi, thank you for joining me. Satnam, welcome everybody. So as you get settled, we'll talk a little bit about this full moon. So the full moon officially already happened. It was about 2 or 3 hours ago, I think, or a little bit more than that, maybe 3 or 4 hours ago. It was a full moon in Libra. And I always like to think of the axis points when we're working with full moons, because that's what we're working with. We're working with polarity. So right now the sun is in Aries. So we have that amazing springtime energy, that go, 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 just like that fire of Aries. It's just like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get quarantine. I'm ready to like make things happen. I'm ready to go do some stuff. And then we have on the other end of that, we have Libra, which is much more kind of calculated and much more like has to assess the situation and go, okay, how do I balance out the situation, right? How can I create more balance in this situation? So this full moon, since the full moon is in Libra, it's an opportunity for us to release, right? Full moons are always an opportunity for us to let go, for us to release. And this full moon with it in Libra, Aries is very much associated with the self, the individuated self, and Libra with partnership. So this is a really beautiful full moon to let go of anything that's in the way of true partnership. Maybe you have a partner and there's some communication stuff that's going on. Maybe there's just some patterns that are keeping you from really connecting with each other, or maybe you're not in partnership, and there's just ways that you're unable to connect with people authentically. We can use this full moon to kind of extract that, to kind of pull that out of us. And what I wanted to do is really, we have this Aries energy, we have this springtime energy. But part of what this Libra full moon is reminding us to is find balance, find equilibrium, right? Like, yes, there's the light at the end of the tunnel is getting brighter and brighter and brighter. And it's like, we're almost out, but we're not out. We can't just like go wild, right? That's what Aries wants. Aries will like ram its head against the wall, like, over and over and over again. We don't want to ram our head against the wall, right? We want to still find that stillness. We still want to find that how do we move in the world with a mindfulness that we're not stepping in on other people's toes, right? We've had this time to really kind of step back from society, and we've been doing kind of all this deeper work of learning new stories with the South Node and Sagittarius and the North Node and Gemini, of listening to new stories, of kind of reworking the way that we see the world. And now we have the opportunity, as we kind of go back into society again, as we start to rejoin each other, to really hold these Aquarian ideas of everyone having personal freedom, everybody having recognizing everyone as an equal, and everybody having the ability to kind of share their dreams and live out their own dreams. And it could be very easy for us to just kind of go back into the world very unconsciously, of just like, I just need to get outside of my house. I just need to stop doing this thing. And then what do? We just end up in the same patterns that we were before we started, right? Before we took this big break, right? This pause is an opportunity, and we can see it as that. So what I wanted to do is do a really long 31-minute meditation for creating balance within us. So we feel really balanced within ourselves, and then we can go out in the world and deliver that balance in our lives, right? In our relationships, in our into our society. We can have that kind of energy and vitality that comes with Aries, that passion, that excitement, that knowing of what we have to deliver in the world. But we can do it in a way that serves humanity and serves the greater good and is in balance with everything else. So first I want to do just a couple of warm-ups in case you're not warmed up today, in case your spine, maybe you're a little antsy, right? Because it is that springtime energy. So we'll move the body a little bit, and then we'll get into this 31-minute meditation. So first we'll start by tuning in. So just find yourself in a comfortable seat, sitting up nice and tall. Hey, Julie. Hey, Brandy. Welcome. So finding that comfortable seat, just closing your eyes and tapping into yourself. Bring your hands together in prayer pose. Let your elbows come out to the side. Let the forearms become parallel to the ground. Gently press the palms together and then gently press the thumbs into the heart center, lifting the chest up a little bit more to press it against the thumbs. Relax the shoulder blades down the back. Take your eyes and focus them up at the third eye center, the point in between the eyebrows. We'll tune in with Om Namo Gurudev Namo, followed by the Mangalacharan mantra, each mantra 3 times to tune into our highest wisdom. Take a deep breath in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Adguren Nama, Jugadguren Nama, Satguren Nama, Siri Gurudeve Nama. Adguren Nama, Jugadguren Nama, Satguren Nama, Siri Gurudeve Nama. Adguren Nama, Jugadguren Nama, Satguren Nama, Siri Gurudeve Nama. Take a deep breath in. And recognize by holding the breath in that you have everything you need already inside of you. You are infinite. Infinite force flows through you. And all you have to do is be that channel. Hold the breath. Exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, relax the hands down onto the knees or into the lap. So just keep your eyes closed here for a moment. And let's work consciously with a block that we have or a situation that we're working with. It is very typical that when we do have this full moon energy, the glandular system is resetting, and it's very possible that we might get into a little quarrel with our loved ones. We have a little extra anxiety, a little extra energy in our body, and we might use that to verbalize some issues that we have. So let's use this time to consciously work through those blocks. And not mentally, but we'll start mental and then we'll just go into the breath and let the breath solve it. We'll just bring ourselves to a really balanced place. So if there's something in your life that feels imbalance, maybe in a particular partnership, there's some sort of imbalance within that, just bring that into your consciousness, into your awareness. And perhaps the block is not with a particular person, but the block is within yourself and you're hoping to bring somebody in. Maybe you're looking to find more partnership because you've been locked alone for a lot of this quarantine and you're hoping to connect with more people. Maybe connect with whatever that block is. Maybe it's the block of the quarantine. Maybe it's something within yourself, a pattern that you have, a way of dealing that actually keeps people out. Just consciously bring that into your mind, and we'll use this practice today to help loosen it, if not totally release it. And be really simple about it. You don't have to know, you don't have to describe or think about all the details of it. Just maybe just think of the person, or just think, I'm ready to let go of whatever's holding me back from true, authentic relationship. And then bring yourself forward. Go ahead and crawl yourself forward, and we'll start in a tabletop position. So crawling, coming onto your hands and your knees. Start to warm up the spine with cow and cat. So bringing your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees, right underneath your hips. And we'll start to come into a cat and cow. So inhale, lifting the head up, lifting the sits bones up. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhaling into cow, exhaling into cat. A nice steady movement with nice, full, deep breathing. Good. Now I want you to breathe even deeper, and I want you to move a little bit faster. We're going to have a few of these warm-ups, so really make full use of them by keeping your mind on the breath, by keeping your breath nice and strong and matching the breath with the movement and keeping it nice and rhythmic. And inhale yourself into cow pose. Hold yourself in cow pose. Lift the head up. Feel your chest wide, your heart open. And exhale, sit back on your heels. Come sitting up tall on your heels. Make any adjustments you need to with the pillow or a blanket so that you can be comfortable here sitting in rock pose. And if rock pose isn't comfortable for you, you could always come into easy pose with the legs crossed. We're going to take our fingers into Gyan Mudra. Index finger and thumb come together. The rest of the fingers are straight. So tip of thumb and index finger. We're going to bring that up so that it's up above our head, elbows out to the side, same height as our shoulders, chest is lifted. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Starting to warm up and twist the spine, opening up the lungs. We're going to do a nice pranayama for our 31-minute meditation. So starting to open up the lungs, detoxifying the lungs. Really find that angle with your arms and feel that chest lifting. We want to open the spine, but we want to open the spine in an open-hearted way. So if you're moving in a way where you're collapsed over, you're just adding to that collapsed state. So you want to find that lifted chest and then twist the spine in that. And move consciously and gracefully with a deep breath. 20 more seconds. And face forward, take a deep breath in, hold the posture, keep the chest lifted, feel the shoulder blades come down the back, close the eyes, focus the eyes up at the third eye center, feel the energy moving up and down the spine, feel the expansion in your aura and your radiant body, the energetic bodies around you, and then exhale, bring your hands down onto the thighs. Let the breath come back to normal for a few breaths. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, let the shoulders drop. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale, let them drop. Again, try to keep it so that your chest is lifted here. You have a tendency to collapse forward, so we want to relax the shoulders in a way where our heart is lifted. Really let those shoulders go. We really make our lives way harder than they need to be. We get so into our heads, thinking we've got to do everything ourselves. We've got to figure it out on our own. Just surrender those shoulders down. Inhale, squeeze them up. Hold them up, hold the breath in. Exhale, drop the shoulders down. And then gently bring yourself into easy pose, coming and sitting in a cross-legged position. So if you have a meditation cushion, go ahead and grab that. You'll want to sit on top of that. We're going to move into this 31-minute meditation next. If you have a pillow, you're going to want something to sit on for this so that you can be comfortable. It's pretty rare that somebody has such open hips that they can just sit flat on the ground and not collapse back, right? We want to sit on something, usually on the edge of it. It's nice to sit on the edge of it so that it kind of drops your pelvis into a balanced position so you can sit up nice and tall. So find that position for yourself. So the practice we'll do today is like alternate nostril breathing, okay? But it's a glorified, it's like the the expanded version of alternate nostril breathing, okay? So alternate nostril breathing is just inhaling through the left, exhaling through the right, inhaling through the right, exhaling through the left, right? So that's alternate nostril breathing. So we're going to do that, but we're going to expand on top of it. Part of what we're going to do is we're going to change the rhythm that we're breathing. We're going to breathe in. Inhale will be one part. We're going to hold the breath in for 4 parts, and then we're going to exhale for 2 parts. Okay. So we're going to inhale for 1 part. We're going to do 4 times that amount of time as we're holding the breath in, and then we're going to exhale for 2 times that first amount of time. Okay. And I'll explain that a little bit more. The way that we can kind of keep time with this is by using a mantra. Okay. And you know, this Kundalini tradition, we have lots of mantras you can use. You could also use a mantra. If you have a tradition and you have a mantra that you really love, you could use that mantra. You would just use that formula of you're going to chant it 1 time, or you could chant it 2 times, and then you're going to do it 4 times, whatever you did the first time to hold it in, and then you're going to do it 2 times, whatever you did the first time as you exhale. Okay. Does that make sense? It's math, right? Which is very air sign. Libras, you know, are the scales. So we're working with math. We're trying to find this balance. So the way that I would recommend doing it, if you don't have a mantra, is to chant sa, ta, na, ma on your inhale. You'll be inhaling that full time. Then you're going to hold your breath in and you're going to chant sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma, 4 times. And then you start to exhale and you'll chant satanama 2 times as you exhale out. But you want to keep everything nice and rhythmic, and then you'll go straight back into the inhale. There's no holding the breath out, where you'll chant sa, ta, na, ma as you're inhaling. Okay, so it's 1 satanama as you inhale, 4 satanamas as you're holding the breath in, and 2 satanamas as you exhale. Okay, this is a little bit more complicated than other pranayams, so I want to make sure that we're really clear on it. So what you'll do is you'll start by inhaling through the left nostril. So, right, I'm going to chant satanama as I inhale. I'm going to hold the breath in, and then I'm going to exhale through the right nostril. Then we're going to switch it, right? Then you're going to inhale through the right nostril with your satanamas, hold it in for that 4 chants of satanama, exhale through the other nostril. So you're going to keep going back and forth while chanting the mantra and holding the breath in for the longest amount of time. Does that make sense to everybody? Looks like y'all are ready to go. I'm going to guide us through the first one, and then you're welcome to continue on your own at your own pace, okay? And if you need to change the mantra, if you have another mantra you really like, then do that. Hail Mary probably won't work for this one because it's a little too long, but you could do a mantra from anything. You could do Jai Ma, you could do anything. But you want to you'll keep that formula of 1, 4, 2, okay? All right, here we go. Sit up nice and tall. I'm going to guide us through using satanama. Again, you can use whatever you want. Left hand can just be relaxed. We'll use our right hand. We'll block the right nostril and we'll inhale for sa, ta, na, ma. Hold the breath in, sa, ta, na, ma. Mentally vibrating, sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Now we'll start to exhale through the right nostril. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Inhale through the right nostril. Sa, ta, na, ma. Hold it in. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Through the left nostril. Sa, ta, na, ma. Exhaling out. Sa, ta, na, ma. Now continue that pattern. Inhaling through the left nostril. Chanting Satanama. Guru Dharam, do you want to put it in the chat? Because I can't hear you. You're muted. Eyes are closed and just gently focusing at the third eye. You can have the eyes just partly open, so a little bit of light is coming in to keep the mind awake. Now you're going to keep going with this pattern. But start to really visualize the breath coming in. When you're inhaling, really visualize the breath as light flowing in. And as you hold the breath, really feel that light growing within inside of you. Swirling, warming from the base of the spine to under the navel point. And as you exhale, you'll see the light traveling up the back side of your spine and out into infinity. So as you inhale, you'll feel that light coming in through the nose, going down the front part of the spine, As you hold the breath in, you'll feel it growing at the navel point, all the way down to the base of the spine. And as you exhale, you'll feel it coming up the backside of the spine and up the spine to out into infinity. So do your best to stick with all the parts of this. They'll involve all of that Aries energy and transform it into a very balanced state of mind. Keep steady, keep the rhythm. Try to keep the eyes focused at the point in between the two eyebrows. Try to maintain the proportions of the breath with the mantra. Inhaling fully and exhaling completely with each breath. Maintaining a tall spine. Visualizing the prana, the life force coming in on the inhale, and then growing at the base of the spine up to the navel point as you hold your breath in. Then visualizing it going up the back of the spine and out the crown of the head as you exhale. You're doing really good, just stay steady. Continue this breath pattern, but let this be your last cycle so that your last breath is the exhale through the left nostril. We started on the left nostril and we'll end with the exhale on the left nostril. So continue until you reach that point in the cycle. And once you've done that, you can relax. Just sit in a meditative state and breathe through both nostrils. Normal breathing after that. Just sit in deep meditation. See how neutral your mind can be. And then lifting your hands into prayer pose, pressing the palms together in front of the heart, elbows out to the side. We'll take those seed sounds of sa, ta, na, ma and combine them and chant 3 long sat nams. Take a deep breath in. Sat nam. Sat nam. Sat nam. And in gratitude for the sun, and gratitude for the moon, and gratitude for our breath and our bodies, and for the beautiful souls we get to play with on this planet, we bow forward. Sanam. Okay. So I think the sun is about to go down for most of us. For some of you, maybe the sun has already gone down. Before you stand up, before you do the next thing, I want you to map out in your mind how you're going to put yourself to bed really sweetly tonight. Okay. So just kind of think about before you stand up, before you run and do the next thing, right? That Aries energy of just go, 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 to the next thing. Let's pause. Let's take this pause and really think about how you're going to end this Sunday night so you can really wake up tomorrow morning supercharged and feeling really good. How can you set yourself up, right? It's always a nice thing on a Sunday night when you do something really sweet for yourself so that tomorrow you go, oh, look, I did something so sweet for myself. Somebody loves me and it's me. Isn't that always the sweetest thing when you're like, oh, I put a little treat in the refrigerator for myself? That's so sweet. So do something kind for yourself. Know that it's the full moon. Know that on the full moon, you might need a little bit more rest because we get a little restless during a full moon, right? So maybe you do some more things to help kind of relax yourself before you go to bed. You do this beautiful meditation. Don't, watch I don't know, the Joker or something before you go to bed. Don't watch a psychological thriller or some CGI craziness before you go to bed. Try to keep it chill from now until bedtime. Okay. Thanks for coming. Thanks for your donations. Thanks for showing up for yourself and for everybody else. Um, I'm always doing stuff every full moon. We'll always do a meditation, and I'm always doing something for the new moon as well now. For this next coming new moon, the new moon in Aries, we'll do rebirthing, and it'll be both in person and online. It'll be through the Yoga Loft, which, if you are not familiar with Boulder, the Yoga Loft is actually right next to the grocery store that was attacked earlier this week. So I'm hoping that we can bring some new energy and really clear any heaviness that's there. That's my intention, is that we can go in with this technology and we can not only renew ourselves, but we can also renew the energy of that space. So we'll do that when the new moon happens 2 weeks from today. So happy full moon, everybody. Thanks for coming again. And if you have any questions,